Let's not waste any time today. I just want to do a bare minimum makeup day. Now, for those of you who have mature skin, now by mature skin, how do you really define mature skin? Is it someone that's over the age of 30, over the age of 40, over the age of 50, 60, 70, etc.? How do you define it? You just can't. So when I say mature skin, I am 49 years of age and I am turning 50 in December this year. I often get asked, how old am I? And I say, oh, well, I'm turning 50 this year. How come you don't have many crow's feet around your eyes? How come you don't have, oh, you've looked after your skin pretty well. You don't have much wrinkles. You don't have much crow's feet around your eyes. Your skin looks pretty plump. Now, I usually get told that I'm 35 years of age. Now, I love that. It's a compliment to me. And I think as a result of keeping the youthfulness looking face, I have been very diligent as a young teenager. Now, when I say teenager, as of the age of 13, you know, being very strict with applying, you know, eye cream. I was very much into the Estee Lauder, the one that came in the brown bottle, oh God, I can't even remember it now because I don't use it, but I used to fork out a lot of money just to sort of use all these products that would help my skin. I don't know, I don't know if that actually helped, but you know, I just thought it would help my skin. Now, especially the eye cream, I was so diligent with applying eye cream, made it a very, very, very strict habit that, you know, also to remove makeup every time it was applied. You know, I never really slept with makeup. It was always taken off. And, you know, during high school, you know, it was pretty much just mascara, eyeliner, and a little bit of foundation, and that was it. You know, I don't have any kids. I do have pets. You know, in terms of being a worried mother, you could say that I have been a very, very worried mother over the years that I've had pets. So that contributes, I think, to a lot of stress in one's life. And, you know, but look, I don't want to go into the whole life story of possibilities of why my face is the way it is. You will know that I do have a lot of age spots and I do have a lot of melasma and, is it melasma? Yeah. Discoloration, freckles. These are all from age, guys, and from the sun in particular. Now, you know, obviously being a teenager, I used to fry my face and my body in the sun all the time. Okay, the face usually had some sort of SPF protection on it, but the body was always slathered in oil and everything like that. So, you know, but in terms of my all-around elasticity in my body and everything, that I would say it's on par with the same elasticity that I have on my face. Now, I have never done Botox. I've never done any fillers. You know, I'm actually afraid to do those sorts of things. So over the years, all I've really done in terms of keeping my face sort of like wrinkle free is obviously using a lot of SPF products, you know, staying out of the sun, and yeah, just that's pretty much all really. Now, in terms of the age spots happening, they have come obviously with, let's say, with age, and obviously caused by sun damage. It reflects, you can see that I do have them. Now, I really don't care too much for covering them up. I don't actually mind that they show through my foundation. I'd rather have them show through my foundation than having a full masked foundation face, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't really bother me. Now, enough blabbing on. I'm going to start with doing two things today with my face. I have last night's skincare on, which was just some retinol drops mixed in with my moisturizer. And the moisturizer that I also use has been dabbed under my eye. So I haven't even washed my face today. All I've done is pretty much just woken up, and now I'm just going to be putting on the primer and sunscreen together. We're just gonna do the two things at once. So today I'm gonna be using the Rimmel Multitasker Better Than, what is it? The Better Than Filters Primer. I've been loving this one. It's absolutely beautiful. And I do apologise if the light goes in and out. It is a sunny day today and I am filming in natural daylight, which actually I should probably open up the blinds. So in terms of sunscreen today, I am using the Screensaver SPF 30 Broad Spectrum Facial Sunscreen by Mecca Max. And this one just simply has, I'll just turn this down a bit. This actually has aloe vera in it and vitamin E. So I've been loving this, and I'm going to be mixing it in with the Better Than Filters Primer by Rimmel together. So just going to be putting a little bit of that over my face. I'm not going to rub it in yet because I just simply want to put that on, and I am looking down into a mirror here. And the reason I'm doing this primer is because I've been absolutely loving it, and it has vitamin C cream in it, which I've been noticing my spots have been sort of fading a little bit now. Whether that's due to the retinol product that I'm using at the moment or the niacinamide that's actually in my moisturizer, both of those kind of products will help to fade brown spots. Sunscreen. And I'm just going to be putting that all over the face. Now I'm going to be using my fingers to rub all this in. And put that under the eyes as well. And this is so lovely and smoothing. It's like a luxurious skincare cocktail. I need to look into my mirror so I know what I'm doing. I do apologise for the long-winded introduction, because how do you best explain who this type of video will be for? You know what I mean? Once you've done that, moisturising, perfect for dry skin, oily combination skin. You know that whatever goes on top, whether it be powder, whether it be another foundation, or if you want to choose to be foundation free, you just know that you've got a beautiful layer of protection and primer just to sort of, I don't know, go about your day, and you know that you're protected. Now, am I the type of person to reapply sunscreen during the day? No, I'm not. I'm not really a person that actually also goes out in the sun a lot. Like I said, I'm pretty much an indoor person. So if you are one of these people that do tend to sort of go outside and frolic in the sun, wear your sunglasses, wear a hat if you need to, have one of those handy spray SPF products that you can just spray over your face when you go out and doesn't even affect your makeup. I don't think. I've never tried it. But, you know, just be responsible. And, you know, I think a lot of the times also the foundations that are out these days, whether they have SPF protection or not, do act as a little base of protection for the skin. So there's also that. And powdering on top of foundation also adds another layer of protection over the face. And there's a lot of things that you can do to sort of protect your skin from the sun. Next, it's time to do some concealer, and I'm using a stick concealer by Peau. It's pretty much got an SPF 25 into it, and I really have been loving this for covering up blemishes. You don't need powder to set it. It just sets like a natural soft matte concealer. I find that it drags if you were to directly put it underneath your eyes. Put a bit of that over the back of your hand. Put the cap back on so it doesn't dry out, and I'm just using a concealer brush, taking off a bit of that concealer. Now, in terms of blemishes, you can start to obviously dab where it's needed. I did have a bit of a blemish here, and I find just taking out the redness is enough. You don't want to go crazy. And once you've dabbed that in, you can simply just pat it over with your finger. I am getting a little bit more concealer to put on the back of my hand there. picking a bit of that concealer up, and I'm going in now just to do a light coating of concealer just to sort of skim over the dark circles, really not caking it on, just patting it on so gently. Now, the important thing here is you don't want to cover up anything that's a dark shadow on top of the eyes here, because that's going to act as like a natural eyeshadow. So please just leave that as it is. Now you can brighten the inner corner of the eye. Start masking out a pretend wing with this. This is going to actually make it look like brightness under the eye. Put a little bit of that leftover concealer around the nose just to get rid of that redness. Moving on to brows, my favorite product in the whole world, Milk Makeup Cush Fiber Brow Gel. Such a one and done product. Just going to be putting that through the eyebrows. Now you can brush them up, you can brush them down then up. I just like to add a little bit of definition to the eye just to simply darken it a bit. Now, to emphasize the eyes a little bit, going with any black or brown eyeliner, I sort of like to do this because having sort of a hooded eyelid, you can see that my lid sort of droops down. Now, I like to have a bit more of a lifted effect. You can totally skip this step if you like, but what I simply do is do the most tiniest little line, and this is the Stila Stay All Day Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner. So I just sort of start at the outer corner of my eye and aim it towards the tail end of your brow. And go over the hood, go over that crease where the hood starts to droop. And then on the outer corner of the eye, simply draw a bit of liner on it. Just on the tail corner end of your eye. Okay. I'm just using the A504 brush by BK Beauty. This is from the Angie Hot and Flashy range. I'm just ever so slightly skimming over that liner. And what you see here is it starts to create like a little bit more of a shadow, just to give you an uplifted, defined shape. You got to be quick, especially if you're using like a waterproof eyeliner. You might need to work a little bit quicker than usual so that it doesn't set completely. But see how I've just sort of elongated the eye ever so slightly. I might need to put a little bit more actually. And don't be afraid to put a bit more. I always think starting off with less and building up is better than packing it on and then trying to take off, if you know what I mean. And I'm just buffing that really so softly and winging it out just really softly on the edge there. Next, it's time for mascara. I'm just using the Rimmel Pitch Black Mascara, the Thrill Seeker, and I'm taking off the, you know how you get that little clump of mascara on the end there. Make sure you wipe that off just on the top of the cap, and doing a very light layer of mascara. And when I say light, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a dusting of mascara. 2, 3, 4, 5. If they sort of clump a bit together, but you get the gist. You just want to sort of like tint the lashes. You don't want to create a heaviness to the lashes. It's just going to be very wispy, almost sort of like inky, but in a very subtle way. So very light coating of mascara. That's it, nothing more. Okay, next we're going in with a highlighter bronzer type product. Now, this has been one of my go-to products to use on one of those days where I just want such a natural, no makeup sun-kissed look. The Natasha Denona Tan Bronze and Glow palette. This one here. And we're only going to be using this shade, which is this shade right here. My apologies, it is written there very, very lightly. It's called Sheer Glow, this one here. And with a brush, I'm going to be using my Real Techniques highlighting brush, just dipping into the powder. And this will highlight and sort of bronze all at the same time. So I'm just putting that through. If you can see, it just creates such a beautiful, undeliberate look of colour and glow. Just doing the other side. I take it up to the tail end of the brow and I'm swirling my brush and buffing that into the skin. Obviously, if you are fairer than me, you will need a lighter type of tan colour, as this might show up a little bit too much, but for a medium or light to medium skin tone type like mine, you will pretty much be able to get away with making it look like you've bronzed and highlighted all at the same time. Next is time for lips, and I'm going to be using this gel lip liner by Ageless Beauty in the shade Cowgirl. It's pretty much this shade right there. It's a your lip color but better, and I find doing a slight overdrawing of the lips helps because it actually just gives a more, I don't know, natural effect when you go out to buff it. So you can do this, you don't have to do it, but I like to just overdraw my lips a little bit. So here we go. Now you can choose to go in with a mattifying lip balm or lipstick. You can also go in with a lip oil. You can go in with anything that you so desire on your lips. So today I'm actually just going to be using the Champ Stamp Fantasy Lip Gloss Bomb by Fenty Beauty, and just applying that on the bottom of my lips only. Even that's a little bit too much, so what I'll actually do is run over that with a clean finger to take the excess off. In order to make this look a little bit more oomphed up a little bit, going back into the Natasha Denona Tan and Bronze Glow palette, and with the same brush that I used in terms of doing the outer edges of the eye with the black eyeliner, we're going to be going into these two shades here. We're buffing that into the lower half of the eye and just taking it up to the crease, just picking up a bit more. And then just with the deeper shade of brown there, tap into that and tap into the highlighter. Tap in, tap into the highlighter, and just run that underneath the lower eye. Really gently, really softly. Don't worry too much if you think you're going to be ruining the upper eyelashes. You won't. Now, any grey, pewter, silvery liner, that's going to go on the lower part of the lash line. Now, I've had this one for a while. I know it has been discontinued by Marc Jacobs. It's called Pewter Please, I believe. Silvery taupey shade. We're just going to be putting that on the lower lash line. So what this does is it just gives you a bit of something. It's not going to be as stark as black. It's not going to be as obvious as brown, even though brown is very natural. This is just more like a very muted shade, but it just gives you a little bit of something, a miracle in the way it will make your eyes pop. And guys, that is simply it. Really, really minimal. There goes my brush. This might already be too much makeup for somebody, and you know, getting that no makeup look does take effort. It does take some time. You know, you could just obviously have a stick that you could do a monochromatic look. You could do eyes, lips, cheeks with it, and that would achieve a really beautiful effect as well. But I think this is just my take on those people that love makeup. They want to have that no makeup look, but they want to use the products. They want to be feeling like it's just lovely time. It's a therapeutic time to use your products and get the most out of your makeup to ultimately achieve a beautiful, naturally radiant look. And obviously then you can build up on this look. You can go heavier with the eyeliner, you can go heavier with the shadows, you could put on the blush, you can put on the separate bronzer, you could do the contouring, you could do, you know, more of everything if you just really wanted to. Now, this is just a very natural look, and I don't know how many times I can say that, but you get the gist, right? Where are you guys in your journey in the makeup? Are you finding less is more? Are you finding that the more you get older that you are just wanting to use less and less makeup? Are you really, really young and you just love wearing makeup? And it doesn't really matter. I think makeup, whatever age you are, makeup can be experimented with. I think makeup is tailored to everyone in a way that, you know, I think makeup is just simply makeup. Now, you, at the end of the day, should just be happy. Happy to wear it, happy to wear it the way you like. If you want to go heavy, go heavy. If you want to go light, go light. There really is no right or wrong way of how you want to be doing makeup. Makeup should be creative, makeup should be fun. Makeup should be done however you want. I mean, it's just, yeah, that's just how it should be. So, I will see you all again in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.